Good morning and welcome to the Stick with Rick. Thanks for joining me on another episode. This week we're out here to Superstition Mountains on the Lost Gold Mine Trail. Now, you see behind me, there is the Superstition Mountains. I want to thank this week's sponsor, the Sugar Shack. You know, where life is too short for boring desserts. Judging by the cuttings in these rocks up here, I hope this week's episode's not too boring either. Ain't been out this way yet, so hope you guys enjoy the hike. Good. As we start off, I just want to show you the neat little washouts and outcroppings in this rock up here in the mountain. That's what caught my eye. There's a few things down here, little cutouts and holes that I want to kind of check out and see what kind of history we can find out here today. Hope you guys enjoy this hike. Looks like it'll be a strenuous one. There's not a lot of real trail out here. Just gonna blaze my way to the places I want to check out. Hope you guys are having a good morning. Well, guys, in true Arizona fashion here, this area that I wanted to get to, that if you can zoom in with me over here, maybe you can see it. Looks like part of an old dwelling up there, and you've definitely got a couple of old caves or cutouts up there that look pretty historical. But unfortunately, we can only cross this fence with a permit. So I'm gonna get online when I get home, see if I can figure out a way to get a permit for us so we can check these historical sites out and I can bring them to you. You know, unfortunately, our government these days has gone through great lengths to hide the amount of history we have in some of these places, mainly for development, but also to keep you under their thumb, to make sure that you don't know exactly what was here, who was here, how long they were here before we were. It's quite sad what we've done. But I hope you guys like the view of this part of the mountain. I'm gonna get back in the truck. We'll go down to Peralta and hike a little bit more. All right, guys, we're back out here at a trail that I know won't be boring for you, because every time I'm out here, I find something new. So let's take a gander down Peralta Trail here, see what we can explore today. See what we can see. Good mountain there. Nice views this morning. It's only about 75, should only get to about 90 today, so it should be a decent day. I tell you guys, this canyon here is quite neat. All the croppings and the way the rocks form, little hidey holes. Just imagine how it was back in the Indian Wars, trying to get through here. Got all the scouts up top. Pretty dangerous area. As you can also see, it's a pretty area. Nice scenery, views. This is pretty neat. Here's the way we got to climb up this rock. You can see at one point, and sometimes there is water still running through here. This used to be a good wash back in the day. You can tell by the smoothness of the rock and the way some of the stuff is shaped down here. It used to be a little pool way, 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 way back in the day. We're going to journey up here. Enjoy this nice little hike we got today. Now I've had you guys working on your personal relationships, your relationships with yourselves. I hope you're working on yourselves to better the lives around the people that you have in your lives. But you know, unfortunately right now, we've also got to concentrate on the what ifs. We got a mighty war going on across the seas that threatens to pull us all into nuclear war, or at least one great big war. And you know, places like this canyon here are going to come in handy for the people that want to survive. So please do yourselves a favor and pay attention to these videos. Watch the way I walk, watch the things I look at, things I point out to you. Because when the time comes, you're going to need hidey holes. You're going to need good places to survive. And a canyon like this, if you learn it, ain't no army in the world gonna come get you. So find you a place like this, plenty of hidey holes. Get out there and learn it, like the back of your hand. All different red rock, brown rock. It's a pretty nice hike this morning, guys. You can just imagine what's up in some of these valleys. You can see that hole way up top there, but not a place we're going to venture to today. It's way too hot. We're going to stay on the trails. Wintertime, we'll come back out here and check some of this stuff out. Now, as we walk through here, guys, this trail is over 300 years of our history. 300 years. This trail has been in use to go back and forth through these mountains. Now, originally it's for the Indians. Then it's for our soldiers. I mean, they had their miners back in the 1700s. This is an old Peralta, like it's named after Peralta Trail. So that happened back in the 1700s. Now, if this trail was here before that, I don't know. But we're walking on at least 300 years of history. That's pretty neat, guys. Be standing in the middle of all this, being able to share it with you. So you can see, you can kind of understand just how hard life was for those folks way back in the day. Looking around, listening to the sounds of the birds and the animals, just reminded how thankful I am that God got me up for another day. He got me out here to check out another site. He allowed me the ability to come out here and show it to y'all. Thank you for joining me. You see, now when it comes to hunting and surviving on a trail like this, if things hit the fan, it's a perfect spot to look for. You got a trail here where people might be using it, animals might be using it, but you have plenty of opportunity to hide in a little hole like this, jump out and surprise somebody. So make sure you look for little areas like this that are a little hidden, but still on the main path. And there is the whale rock from our last adventure. As you can see, it hasn't swam away yet, so it's still pretty neat to look at on this trail. And those cliffs are pretty high up there. Now, I don't know what it is about the animals out here, but there sits that turtle again. Same spot, same location. Such a great view out here today, guys. It's been a nice hike. You know, I spent the last 2 weeks doing some of the hottest work I've ever done. And today's one of the cooler days we've had in 2 weeks, but for some reason I'm sweating a whole lot more than I did while I was working. I brought an extra thing of water with me today, because we're going to try and make the trek down to Weaver's Needle. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of the hike. Looking at these little holes, like that one over there. And you see that cave up top there? Let you look around at all the beauty. Give you guys another good look down the canyon we've been climbing up. Such great views from up here. Hope you guys are having a good morning. Alright guys, and like I promised, I'm going to take you into this little tunnel here. We're going to go back, see how far this thing goes. I'll take a little video when I can get to a spot where I'm not crawling. As you can see, guys, this goes quite far back. Let's see how far we can get in here today. See what we might be able to see, guys. Oh, wow. And it just keeps going. How about that? Alright. Now, looks like it's going to be a belly crawl the rest of the way, and I got too much gear on me today to get through there. And this isn't quite what I thought it was. I mean, maybe. Looks like there's some cracking in the rock. Looks like it's a natural cavern. I thought at one point this could have been a mine. But the way this looks, it's a neat little cavern we found today, guys. Thank you for joining me. I hope you found it as interesting as I did. Now we're going to turn around. We're going to make our way down to the needle. All right, let's see how we can turn this thing around here. And there's our way out. I'm about to drop my water bottle here. Yeah, guys, this could have been something back in the day, but I doubt it was a mine. Sliding our way out of here. Alright, I'm almost there, guys. There's a great little view coming out of there. Thanks for joining me in that hole. I'm going to stop real quick, smoke me a cigarette, and finish my journey. You see those orange flowers there, though? That's made out of agave, or that is the agave flower, what tequila is made out of. And there you have it, guys, a nice shot of Weaver's Needle. Now I'm over here on the side exploring something before we head down. I hope I can find what I'm looking for. Not gonna give you guys a tip on the surprise until I can put my eyes on it, but hopefully you enjoy this journey with me. Come on this way, walk through the mountain here. Looks like this should be a trail, or at least used to be a trail. So I'm gonna follow it, because there's some signs here that point to something being over this way. Well, what we're gonna find, that's anybody's guess, because I don't even know what way I should really be headed. I don't see anything. Kind of lost the trail. There's got to be something over here. All them signs, there was something. Well, where am I going? There you are, birdie. Let me hear you one more time, buddy. There it is. I'll head up there next to that rock, see if I can see anything else, and then we'll turn back around, guys. Alright, guys, just look at the view from up here where I'm at. Them birds just led me to right here and then flew off. Never seen these birds out in Arizona, black heads and yellow bodies, but didn't really see who they were pointing me to. I followed that trail. The trail ends down there, and then the birds called me, and I came over here. There's a lot of signs that there might be something here, but I haven't found much of anything yet. I'm sure back in them hills somewhere there's something, but it's awful hot today, so maybe in November, when it cools down, we'll take a trip up that ridge right there, see what's on the other side. For right now, though, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make my way over there, see if I can get on the other side of that ridge line, follow that trail over there, over and around, and see what I can show you guys. Right here, just such a great view, such a good morning. Hope you all had a good week, hope your families are doing well. This week, guys, continue my challenge of bettering yourselves, bettering your families, bettering your lives. One more challenge for you. This week, every morning when you wake up, I want you to find one thing that you can look in the mirror, you can thank yourself for, and then you can look in the sky and you can thank God for. Thank God for the ability to breathe. Thank God for the ability to pay your bills. Thank God for your family. Let's see if we can fill this week full of thanks. Make sure we get out there and thank the Lord, because you know, if it wasn't for the Lord, if it wasn't for Jesus, we wouldn't be able to enjoy any of this. None of it would be here. We wouldn't have a future to look forward to, and we darn sure wouldn't have such a good present. Now, last time I brought you guys out here, I took you up on that ridge there. Today we're down here in the canyon going to the left. I haven't been this way. It was a little bit hectic trying to find this trail to get down here, but we got down here. So we're going to follow it, see where she goes. Great view of Weaver's Needle and all the mountains out there as we come through the valley here. It's hard to imagine, you know, way back in the 1700s, Bunch of guys walking through here, mules and gold, and mining equipment, whatever they use to get their gold out of here, you know, because this was a path that has been documented in history. It's Peralta's used for gold. Now, we don't know where exactly those gold mines were, but we do know they use these trails for those mines. Oh, we got a whole lot of wildlife out today, guys. Seen a bunch of lizards. Thankfully, no snakes. Got some birds. A bunch of ants everywhere. As you can tell, it's summertime. It's getting hot and everything's moving. A little too irritating just to sit still. Man, it has been a good day today. I just want to remind you guys, stop by the Sugar Shack, check out our new desserts, check out our new recipes, some of them cupcakes and cookies. Get you a good, nicey treat at the Sugar Shack. Tell her hi, tell her Rick sent you. See if you can't make her day, guys. See if you can't make your own day with some good, tasty treats. It's amazing out here, all the little crevices and cutouts and saddles, and the way these boulders fall or formed. Kind of looks like Easter Island out here, just stacked on top of each other and carved out. It's pretty neat. Don't know where this trail goes. Like I said, we're just gonna follow it for a while. I got about a half a bottle of water before I turn around, so got a little bit to go, guys. Hopefully it's enjoyable. All right, now as we journey into the belly of the beast down here, I'll remind you guys, this is a spot where initially the United States Army had captured Geronimo in a cave down here at the bottom of Weaver's Needle. Now, he was able to escape that first time and was caught a couple more times after that. This is a very historical spot, a very historical valley. You see, this is where the soldiers rode in. They found that Apache tribe. They captured Geronimo, had him surrounded in that mountain. Sorry guys, got squirreled by a trail there. Trying to see what was up there maybe. But anyways, this is where they got Geronimo at. So as you can tell, there's a lot of history back in this canyon. Back in this area here, you know, this is home for thousands of natives. They made these mountains their homes. The Mexicans, the Spanish, made this area their mining. That was way before there was any United States. Way before there was President George Washington. But they don't want you to know about that. They don't want you to know that this land ain't yours. You had no right to it. That we slaughtered thousands of people to get here. They want you to think it was peaceful, that we captured the Indians. We just put them on reservations to be nice. Oh no, we came out here, we slaughtered them. We destroyed half of their history. And what we couldn't destroy, we found ways to either permit off, block off, seal up, or completely destroy. Now, there are a few things here and there that they found of historical importance, just good enough that they can make you look at those and not realize that there's thousands of more places out here that they were. They want you to think, oh, that one canyon dwelling, well, all the Indians live there. Well, no, only one tribe lived there. There were hundreds of other Indians, thousands of other Indians in this area. But we don't take that into account. And that's why right now the United States government is trying to sell part of this so they can pay for their brand new deal. So they can pay for all the surplus and the pork. I don't really appreciate that very much. And there's a lot of history, and a lot of people don't seem to think that history's worth very much. Because they don't realize what it took to get here. What it took to make a world for them. How they're here, why they're standing. But you take a minute and you just realize that if it wasn't for the natives, it wasn't for these homes out here, the way they learned how to survive, none of us would have made it. So think about that before you go selling off history. Think about that before you go blowing up pieces of somebody's ancestral grounds. It meant a lot to them, means a lot to us. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be here and we would not have what we have. So be thankful, be generous, and enjoy this land that God gave us. Alright guys, I've made it as far as I'm going to make it today. I'm down to a bottle and a half of water. Gonna take me at least a bottle and a half to get back. It's been a 3-hour hike down here. It was a good morning, though. I'm glad you guys were able to join me. I'm gonna stop here and rest my legs a minute. Take a good look at the Weaver's Needle there. Sorry I couldn't make it to it. Honestly, it's gonna have to be a wintertime hike. It's gonna have to take at least twice, if not 3 times the amount of water I brought today. The trail looked last time I was out here a little easier to get down. I didn't realize it was so winding and up and down these mountains. It looked like a straighter shot. But we'll get it one day, guys. I want to thank you for tuning in and hopefully enjoying this episode. Oh, you guys have a good week with your families and reflect on the things that you can get better at in life. Try each day to grow, to be better, to help your family, to help your kids grow, help them learn. Teach them about the history that not a lot of people know about. Teach them about the history that they want hidden from us. Let them know that you can survive on your own. You don't need help. You don't need the government. You can do everything you want to do by your lonesome. Just like the Indians did out here, the way they made their homes, the way they survived, the way they hunted, the way they gathered. Just took a little bit of effort. Unfortunately, that's something that not a lot of people have these days, is effort. But you know, you look out there at the wilderness and everything that is yet to be conquered or developed, you can see just how amazing the world is. How amazing God was to create such an amazing world, such a fascinating place for us. But you can see by some of the rocks out here that have been placed, there's quite a bit of history out here, folks. Quite a bit. If only I had the time to come out here and explore every day, I'd be able to show you something new absolutely every day. But unfortunately, I can only do this once every weekend because, you know, I got bills to pay just like you do. So if you like the show, you like this episode, hit the like button, hit the share button. Let's see if we can make something out of this, guys, and maybe I can show you some more history. Teach you more about the United States before they make it illegal for me to do so, because they're trying hard to. About to give all the national forests over to the State Department, or the states. Let the states decide who and where you're allowed to hike and what you're allowed to learn. Now me, I fought for more than that. I fought for my freedom to explore these lands, to learn my history, to teach my history. And that's one thing no government in the world, not a man on this earth, will ever stop me from, guys. So if there's ever a place you want to see, a place, a video, some history to learn, send me an email, send me a text message. I'll find it, I'll show it to you, whether they like it or not. On this side here, guys, you can check out all the little outcroppings and the way these rocks came up. It's all pretty neat to me to sit here and look at all the different shapes. It's kind of like clouds, you know? You sit there and you look at them long enough, you can kind of start to see shapes or animals or people or music notes or something, you know? It's pretty neat just to sit here and enjoy God's world. To know that God made all this just for us. That's pretty special, guys. Now, guys, I don't normally do this. Don't normally sit down, look at you, and talk to you other than to say my hellos and goodbyes. This week's a different week. Israel has bombed Iran, and Iran has bombed Israel. There's a good chance in the near future we may be pulled into another war. I want you all to remember that you're American. I want you also to remember that you're Christian, which comes before anything else. It is God and then country. Well, actually, it's God, it's family, and then it's country. So if things start to kick off, you need to look deep inside your heart before you start acting. You need to ask yourself, is this something Jesus would want me to do? Is this something Jesus would want me to get involved in? Or would he simply want me to defend my family? And when it comes to defending your family, when it comes to defending yourselves, God's very clear on that. Defend yourselves at all costs and your children. Do not let anyone lay a hand on your children. Hell will rain down upon those that touch our kids. Hell will rain down upon those who allow our kids to be touched. So if anything kicks off here on this soil, guys, look deep in your hearts and you ask yourself, is hell really worth doing nothing? Is hell really worth allowing my kid just to float through, to maybe get trafficked, to maybe get killed? Or do I stand up? Do I be that Christian? Do I be that American and I stand up for what's right? I do what's right. It's all a question we must ask ourselves. Now, if you're not a Christian, sorry about your luck, you do what you want. Because in the end, people like me, we're going to make sure our families survive. We're going to make sure the kids survive. We're going to make sure they got a future. So if you stand in our way, brother, I'm sorry for you. But if you ever want to turn your life to Jesus, you want to do good things, you want to make sure the kids survive and they have a great future, well, we'll welcome you with open arms. I want y'all to remember that and take that to heart. Don't come for me, don't come for my family, and don't come for the kids around me. Because, you know, unfortunately, at the end of the day, I am one of the meanest people you will ever meet. I am somebody that will stand up and protect these kids, will protect the future of my family. So, don't start these wars. Don't bring this stuff to my streets. Don't turn my area into LA, because I ain't gonna let it happen. And I wanted to look you all in the eye, and I want to let you know that. Because for the people that watch my video, at least the ones that are watching right now, it's all mostly family and friends, and I love each and every one of you, and I want you to know that I'll always be here for you. I will always stand up for you. Alright guys, this is pretty neat. Stumbling through here, I found me a old exploration spot. An old exploration mine. Or maybe even a spot they just used to hide their cash back in the day. But it's pretty neat. Alright guys, we made it back to the top of the ridge where we started at. Give you a view over the other side here. Pretty nice scenery, all the canyons and peaks and cliffs. Such a nice day out here today, guys. I'm glad you're able to join me. And it's a good day. Now you see, guys, there's another one of those little eye needles I was telling you about. That means somewhere around me there was a decent sized mine. Pretty neat to think about. Just check out the views down there though. It's pretty amazing today. It was a great hike up here. I'm making my way down now. Thank you guys for tuning in. Hope you've enjoyed the hike and small things I've had to show you. Now this is one of my more difficult hikes. I don't think I'll take another one this long again this summer. The rest of them will be a little shorter. I brought enough water with me. I'm not really in danger of making it back to the truck, but I'm running pretty short. I've got half a bottle left and I'm only a quarter of the way back. So this is going to be a long journey down the canyon here. Going to try and take it a little slower than I came up. Save some energy, save some moisture. Thankfully I've got this great cowboy hat my brother gave me. It's going to help keep the moisture on top of my head, keep the sun out of my eyes. And you can kind of see just how great this journey was today as we come down the canyon here. All the views I got to see, you guys got to see. Oh, not the easiest hike in the world today just because of temperatures and humidity, but we made it. We're on our way back. Thankful for that. Thankful God got us through another trip safely. You know, if it wasn't for God, the things He provides me with, I wouldn't be able to provide you guys with these videos. I also want to say thank you to Jesus. You know, He came down, He saved us, He saved me, gave me another shot at life, and He's always teaching me lessons. If it wasn't for Him, I don't think I'd be in Arizona. I know I wouldn't be in the house that I live in, because, you know, when I bought it, we were looking and saw this place out in the mountains, way away from everything. Weren't really sure about it. But as we were driving to it, there's Jesus Saves sign. And as we got into town, I saw another Jesus Saves. Right in the middle of town there, they got a big old cross on top of it. So I said, hey, Thank you, Jesus. You showed me where I need to live. And because of where I live, I'm able to come out here, I'm able to afford my life and take the weekends to show you guys all this nature and all the things that I enjoy. All because the Lord and Jesus blessed me with the lessons in life, blessed me with the things that I needed to get to the places in life I needed to be. So guys, make sure you take your time and thank the Lord and ask the Lord for guidance, ask the Lord for wisdom. You know, that's more important than anything else you could ask the Lord for, is patience and understanding and love. Just remember that, guys, when you bow your head at night and you close your eyes. It wasn't for him, it wasn't for Jesus, we'd have nothing, we'd have no future. Oh, this is great, the things they blessed me with, the views they blessed me with, the ability to share it with you guys. Coming up on another little outcropping there. I think I showed that to you last time. That's a cache. Used to be a cache down there at the bottom. The top, I do believe, is just washed out rock over the years, because there's some holes on top where the water runs down and runs through there. But the one on the bottom, I do believe, was either an exploration or a cache one day. And you can tell it was a good year. You see all the agave blooming. You got the different purples, the yellows. Good tequila season if you make homemade tequila. Now that Amazon's got the little kits you can make at home, you know, it is legal to make it for yourself, just not other people. Something healthy to get into anyway, you know. If you're gonna drink, might as well make your own, make sure it's clean, ain't got those preservatives in it. Just like you should with your food. Cook everything at home, cook it natural. You're going to be buying these plastic meals in a box full of preservatives and sodium and all that crap. And people wonder, well, I'm eating this thing that's called healthy meal. But you put it in the microwave and you're still gaining weight, or you ain't losing weight, and you wonder why. Well, if you ate natural, I mean real meat, real vegetables, real sugar, not the processed stuff, well, you'd see that your body would treat you a whole lot better. What way are we going here? We're just going to go right down this little shortcut. It's been too long of a hike already. I was showing you that. I ain't taking a long way around. We are going to find some shortcuts down these switches. That's one thing I don't like out here, going back and forth and back and forth. So wherever we can, we'll take little shortcuts. So I want to be able to make sure that I show you guys everything there is on this hike. Like, again, there's the saddle. A lot of people call it, I call it the catcher's mitt. To me, it looks more like a catcher's mitt than a saddle, but still pretty neat to look at out here. And there's that old turtle again. All right, I'm gonna take a little bit of a voice break, getting winded. Take another little video here shortly, guys. Hope you're enjoying. Now, guys, we're thankful it's summertime. There's not a lot of people out here. Because generally, when the weather is cooler, this trail can get quite busy. So I'm able to show you more of the trail today, show you more of the views than I normally would be able to. Get you up close to some of the sites, some of the rocks, some of the formations that I find pretty neat. Like all this rounded rock here. How'd they get rounded like that? I mean, you know, it's the water and stuff, but nothing else out here is that round. It's just pretty neat to look at. And that turtle up there. But you know, it is a hot one today, and that's why there ain't a lot of people out here. So I'm glad I was able to make it. I'm glad I'm going to be able to make it back to the truck without hurting too bad. As you can see, we were up there playing around in those rocks. All the views today. All the nice scenery. It's funny the difference too. You get all this light rock on this side and the white rock And over there, it looks like all concrete. It's such a dark gray. Looks like they were all molded. You can't see though. Some of the stuff out here is dying and dead. Some of it got burnt. Some of it's just getting burnt by the heat because it hadn't had a lot of water. I know we got rain here and there, but some of the stuff like this cactus here, I mean, they just ain't making it. It's dying. Unfortunately, that'll start kindling. So it won't be too long before some of this stuff out here makes its own clearance. And over here we got those little holes I showed you. Climbed up there this morning. I wasn't able to take a video while I was climbing, and there really isn't a whole lot in those holes to show you. They're not as deep as I thought they were. They're only 3-4 feet deep. But it's still pretty neat to go up and look at it. I just couldn't really get a video. You can see how steep that is, so I needed all 4 limbs to get up there. There's that hole. And you got one more there, but they really weren't that deep. Oh, there's another neat little needle. All the views here. You see all cut out rocks, little holes up there. Such a pretty neat little valley we come through. Canyon, I guess is what it's called. Yeah, it's just a name, call it whatever you want. It's pretty. Just imagine all the Indians that lived in these hills, made these hills home. It's amazing to think about. Oh, there's another. Is that a raven or a crow? It's a blackbird. Tells me I'm going the right way. They always guide me, you know. I always look around for the blackbirds. The best sign I've ever found out here in the wilderness is a blackbird. He'll sing, he'll tweet, he'll scream, he'll yell. Make sure I follow him. And that's quite amazing to me, the way nature's taken to me. Always been that way, even growing up through the years. Meet people, I got a junkyard dog, I got a dog that'll eat you, you can't come near that dog. Well, every dog I've ever come across, somebody told me about that. I walk up and I was able to pet that dog. The dog laid on his belly and let me rub it. I don't know why. Just had that way with animals all my life. That's why I'm thankful out here in nature we haven't destroyed too many habitats, so that I still got animals I can see. I still got animals that can guide me. Because without those animals to guide me some days, I'd be lost out here. Can't tell you how many trails they've shown me, pointing me in the right direction to look. Such an amazing experience when God, well, maybe not God, but the universe, the animals, they know you might be lost and they might need help. So here they come tweeting. Here they come and talking. You just got to pay attention. Be a decent enough person. Man, it's so pretty in here. Alright guys, I'm officially out of water and this hike is getting a little uncomfortable. Oh, definitely going to be a fun way back to the truck. Kind of parched, but we'll make it. As you can see, we got good terrain here to try and get through. Get all the way down to the bottom side of the canyon there. Probably another hour left in this hike. Hour worth of walking with no water. I should have brought 4 bottles. But hopefully this will teach some of you guys that are watching me a lesson. You think you got enough? Bring 1 more. You never know when you're going to need it. Never know when you're going to want it. Make sure you bring plenty of water out here, because on a day like today, it'll drain it right out of you. Now I sure am thankful God's blessed me with this breeze. It's helping me make this last little trek out of here. I want to thank you guys for tuning in this week. I want to thank my sponsor, the Sugar Shack. You know, life is too short for boring desserts. I want to say I love you guys, and until I catch you next time, keep your lives enjoyable, alright? Alright guys, I made it back to the truck. Thankfully, that wind is what really helped. And I just want to remind you guys, please, if you come out here and you go hiking in the summertime, bring more water than you think you're going to need. That was a little bit more dangerous than what I should have done. And I hope that teaches you guys a little bit of a lesson. Till I see you next time, enjoy your lives.